Hey everyone, grab your tea and relax. My name is Dr. Tavala, and for the last few years, I've been making videos mainly on YouTube in order to share my journey through medicine with you. I promised you guys right at the start that I'd keep my journey honest and I'd give you a realistic insight into my life. I feel that I've done this for the most part, and there have been times, especially more recent within the last year, where I've been dipping in and out of social media. And in this video, I just wanted to share my thoughts on where I am with things at the moment and what the future of my channel would be. So, the very fact that I'm coming on and recording this as my voice rather than my face might suggest that that things are a bit different now, which they are. For the last 1.5 years or so, I've just been feeling pretty empty in my soul. I remember feeling fulfilled before, no matter what life circumstances are. As you guys have probably seen that video where I failed, normally that would be a big thing for someone, and a lot of people do crumble, whereas I still maintain such a positive attitude and mentality, and I had the strength to persevere and come out of what could have been a low point for many and inspire you guys to continue on and achieve the goals that I wanted. I was very much in touch with myself spiritually. My mental health was at a good place then as well. However, as suggested in previous videos, recent videos, that my mental health has hit an all-time low. There are many factors that I could point at to say it was this, it was that, but ultimately none of those things really matter in terms of moving forward, because if I'm still using stories that have already happened in order to shape my future and I'm not letting go of those stories, there's only so far that I can walk or run carrying the weight of those stories. Where I am with things at the moment is I feel very much overwhelmed with trying to do a million different things, and I feel like there's a massive backlog of project works, especially creative works, that I wanted to do at a point in my life, and at the moment I'm pushing myself to just complete those things, but my heart isn't really there at the moment anymore, and I do feel very much tied down to those things. For example, I have vlogs that I filmed and started editing now, even 2 years ago. I still have some things at medical school that I filmed where I'm like, okay, this might be nice to bring up, but I am just not finding the desire for it. And I wonder if there's a purpose for that perhaps these things and these things that I want to share with you guys might not be right for me. I do feel like the universe, and as somebody who is religious, has a way of guiding you, and when things become more and more difficult, even though you're trying to push on for those things, if they're not happening, perhaps it's a sign. I feel that way at the moment. My feelings might change in the future, I don't know, but where things are at the moment, I feel so disconnected from a spiritual perspective, and I feel that being on social media, trying to post things whilst also consuming social media, because it's inevitable that whilst you're posting, you'll most likely be seeing other things, and your mind is subconsciously processing those things. I just feel that I, at the moment, need to reconnect with the things that are actually fulfilling to me. And much of this is from offline activities. I could give you a list, but honestly, it's activities that I don't want to sit and plan and say I want to do X, Y, Z. I would like to just pursue things as and when they come. Right now, I feel lost in terms of direction. I'm a bit confused about where I want to take things in terms of, social media, what I'm doing on there. I've had ideas, but I've not really executed any of them. In terms of career direction, in terms of what I want to do for my life and how I see the future, I can't really imagine. I can imagine possibilities of what I might want, but I'm not fixated on any one of them. this actually comes as a surprise to me as well, that I feel like I need time to figure myself out, and I feel like I need to do that without the pressures of anyone or anything, and for sure not being tied down to any project or promises that I've made. Of course, at this moment, I'm thinking about letting go of a lot of things, including my presence on social media. And that's difficult because for such a long time, it's something that I've been doing, and it's almost become a habit, a routine for me to share my journey. But it's feeling more and more like a drag at the moment, but more because I feel like my real life, as in my offline life, is feeling more heavy in terms of, my heart wanting to gravitate towards that, and I'm just sort of flip-flopping between social media and doing that, and I just feel like I want to commit to my offline life right now. I'm thinking back to all the videos that I've shared with you guys, all the comments that we've shared, and all the conversations that I've had with some of you on Instagram, on emails, and I honestly am so grateful for you guys being there for me and inspiring me and encouraging me to make more content. It makes me so happy to find that I have been able to make a difference to the lives of some of you, and my content has inspired something and it's had a good purpose. However, I'd appreciate it if you guys could also join me in this process of letting go. It's almost a thank you next mentality. I'm grateful for what this was, and I'm grateful for what we had, but we've got to move. We've got to keep moving. In my case, I probably won't be moving very fast, but I do want to just take a step back. And it sounds a bit ironic in a place where, I'm taking my F3 year now, and I have all the time to do social media and all those creative projects that I had in mind, but I have just been pondering the necessity of it all. I know that there are loads of other people on the internet who will be creating content that will be inspiring and encouraging to those of you who wish to continue consuming social media. But I, at the moment, feel that for where I am at with things, I could benefit from a break. And the thing is, I don't know how long I would want the break from, and I don't want to make any promises of, okay, I'm going to take this amount of time and I'm going to come back, or if I will come back, full stop. With where things stand at the moment, I just wish to live authentically, and I really don't want to have that pressure of living a certain way or I'm doing certain things so that I can show it to the world. When I started off my journey, I had promised myself that if I was vlogging something, I would take my camera with me, and I'd be doing those things anyway, so I'm not going out of my way to film certain things. But then there becomes an element after a long time where you'll do something even if you don't have your camera on you, and you'll think to yourself, this would have been so perfect for the vlog. And that sort of commentary just kind of consumes you a little and stops you from really just living the experience. At the time I'm filming this, I'm in between night shifts, and I've been finding my shifts very fulfilling, just being present and being there for my patients, interacting with my colleagues and making a difference to those in my community directly and mainly offline. I just keep feeling like a massive guilt where if I'm not uploading on time and I'm not finding the time to edit in a way that is up to my standards, I just feel overall unhappy, empty and lost. I feel like I'm talking in circles at this moment, and I feel it comes from a place of not being entirely ready to let go, but knowing that I have to for the moment. See, that's what I mean. I'm grateful for this chapter of my life, and I'm just thinking back to how I lived, I laughed, I made videos, I sang you songs, I played around with music, I released a whole song on Spotify, I made animations, I made illustrations to share with you guys. I really enjoyed every process of content creation, and it doesn't have to be a forever thing. I can appreciate that time of my life and say, okay, that was nice, but that's enough now, and then let go of that. And I guess I can still pursue some of those things in moderation. I can still make illustrations and keep them for me. I can still make art and enjoy the process and even maybe throw it away. I can still take pictures of people for memories. I can still have pictures taken of me for memories. And, someday when I get old and wrinkly, I can look back at those things. It doesn't have to be a chapter I never look back on. It's a chapter, it's written. It will be there. Another thing I wanted to touch on is, and I've not really opened up about this, is that I've been, I think, drawing the wrong type of attention. At the moment, I'm at the age where I am looking for a future spouse, and I would like that. I would like to share my love with somebody else. Even being on dating apps or just the one that I'm on, it's difficult because when I put down that I do social media, I have a lot of people who are like, oh, I have a YouTube channel, I do social media, so let's be together. And I'm like, maybe you want to get to know me, because if we're doing a future together, we kind of got to know each other and not our social media channels and just do it for collaboration or clout purposes. And then you have people who are like, well, I kind of am just looking for somebody low-key who's not on social media. And the fact that I'm on social media, even though I'm internally beefing with that, it's just a sense of conflict. So then I'm not pulled in any extremes, and I just wonder if there's a life out there for me where I can just be just like a normal, a standard doctor, and I don't have to be the best of the very best and be a pop star on television. I can just practice what I enjoy and make a difference to those in my community, go live my life somewhere nice and quiet, somewhere peaceful, somewhere good for me, and just live my simple life with my own family. I'm a pretty girl, I'm talented, and I just feel at the moment I'm attracting the wrong kind of attention. Honestly, even with the YouTube, a big part of me wanted to feel seen for who I am within, rather than like what I look like or how I dress or what's on the outside. And I don't know how good a job I've done of that. It's difficult to be entirely 100% authentic on the internet when you're up against people who are sharing amazing things about their lives, and you just kind of feel like you're that person who just never appears happy. While people are sharing their progress and inspiring others, and you're out here like, hey, I've got depression, everything's going bad for me, hi, listen to me. It's feeling like it's not the environment for somebody as sensitive as I am, and somebody who feels emotions as deeply as I do. I can't say for sure where I'm going or what I'm going to do, but I know that God has a plan, and I can't wait to see what that plan is. Only time will allow his plan to unfold, and until then I'll be patient and observe. I'm going to conclude by saying I hope you guys will continue to grab your tea and relax and keep taking care of yourself. You matter, your well-being matters, your mental health matters. You deserve to live your life in a way that's authentic to you, in a way that's fulfilling to you, no matter what the pressures in our society encourage you to give into. I hope the excitement you feel in life to pursue things will be driven by an excitement from within, rather than excitement that other people have that you think you have to feel. I hope you'll be able to live your truth. I hope things that are good for you will find you.